Hello guys, so in this video I'm gonna be reviewing all the famous iPad apps. Some are free and some are not. I'm gonna tell you the pros and the cons of each app. The first app I'm gonna review is Procreate. I'm gonna start with the pros. So number one, the moment you open Procreate, you will notice immediately the simple interface. Like there's not a lot of buttons at the corners. Based on the icons, you can immediately know what they are. Like this is the brushes, this would be for the smudge, the eraser. Like it's a simple interface. So if you're a beginner, this would be perfect for you. Will not get overwhelmed. Probably it's a one-time payment and not a subscription. I know that these company need to make money, but in comparison to a subscription, which can get expensive over time, because there's no limit to subscription, you'll pay it monthly until you decide not to. So over time, the amount will accumulate and eventually it will get expensive. But Procreate, you just pay it one time and you can have the app. Number 3 pro is this reference window. So this is very simple. You can import any image here, and you can also see the canvas here that you're drawing on the other button. Number 4 pro is there's a lot of default brushes and they are categorized: sketching, inking, drawing. And when you click here in the classic library and back to libraries, there are Procreate libraries. So there's a lot of brushes to choose from, and honestly I haven't tested all of them because there's a lot of them. So though I really like that. Number 5 pro is handy shortcuts. So you can edit this shortcut, but I edit mine to a hold. So you can put any kind of tool here: flip horizontally, merge down, copy, layer, or drop. And of course there's also another quick menu if you want to add another quick menu here. So I like that feature. And the last pro for me is no annoying ads. Of course you already paid for the app, so it should be a given that there's no ads, right? Unlike other drawing apps, there's a lot of ads in those. And Procreate, you don't see one ad, and the experience is so smooth. You won't get disturbed with ads in the middle of drawing. So I'm gonna start with the cons now. So number 1 con is the price. I said that it's also a pro for the one-time payment, but it's kind of pricey in comparison to other drawing apps. But I'm gonna tell you, for me, it's kind of worth it. So I got this for around around $15. I'm not sure, but I got it for 800 pesos. PHP, I think. I forgot because it's a long time. So number 2 cons is you can't really add 2 photos in the reference. So this is the reference window that I told you about, and you can only add 1 picture. You can't add 2. So you have to gather all your references first and take a screenshot of it in free form, and then before you can add them here, because you can't add more than 1 picture. And number 3 con with is you can't really feel this shape if it has even a small gap. So when I erase a little bit, like that, and use the fill tool, see, it won't fill inside the shape. I'm sure if you've used Clip Studio, you can still feel this shape even if it has gaps, because you can adjust the sensitivity. I don't know what you call that, but yeah, basically for me, when I'm on PC, my main drawing app is Clip Studio, so I got used to that feature. Kinda a little bit of inconvenience for me. So overall, the experience of using this app is really smooth, except for those content I've said, which is very minor. I immediately adjusted myself. I had no problems with it. And honestly, I haven't explored this app to its full potential yet. I only touched the surface, so that's just my take on it. But still, I'm gonna have a rating and based on my experience with this app so far. I'm gonna rate it a solid 9 out of 10. Next up, I'm gonna review is the Adobe Fresco. I'm gonna start with the pros. So number 1 pro is this is free. You can download the app for free, and there are no ads on the interface, as you can see. There's a lot of features here, but it gets overwhelming if you're a beginner. If you're used to the Adobe apps in PC, you can recognize most of the functions here, but if you're still a beginner and haven't touched any Adobe features, or just a hobbyist trying to learn drawing, you will get overwhelmed with a lot of the buttons. And yeah, but it's really worth it to learn all those functions because it's a powerful drawing app. Number 2 feature, it has vector. Vector is a layer, or is a tool in digital drawing, where this line here is very crisp, unlike this line here. As you can notice, this is really good for printing if you're planning to print your drawings, because you can see the difference in quality. So when you choose to adjust the size of this, the quality doesn't change. I don't know if Procreate has this feature. If it has, I have missed it. Sorry about that, but I haven't seen it on Procreate. Maybe it has. Procreate has it, but it was obvious on Adobe. So as you can see, there's a real huge difference in vectors. So it's a big thing for people who print their art, because you won't have to worry about your prints getting blurry when it's out. Number 3 pro is the artboard preview. You can add reference outside the canvas like this. This is called the artboard preview, as you can see here. So all you need to do is press this and add photos, and then you just drag the photo outside of the canvas like so. But there's a twist here. If you add a lot of pictures in here, you will get confused which is which, because you can't really, there's no thumbnail in the layer like so. If you can see this, if you want to move it, you'll just move it. But if you put a lot of pictures in here, you will get confused. For a more convenient time is putting all your layers in putting all your references in a picture, like in a free form like this. You put all your references in one picture and take a screenshot of this, so you only have one picture as reference, so you won't get confused when you're drawing. Number 4 pros, I don't know which number I am, but I think it's number 4. It has a lot of brushes, and the brushes are categorized from basic, charcoal, comics. So I think you can download a lot of brushes in the internet for free if you search too. But the basic default brushes is all you need to create an illustration, guys. At least that's for me. I haven't painted on this app yet because I'm currently creating characters designs. You can customize this brushes by clicking on this button here. So there's a lot to learn on this app, and if you're a beginner, you will get so overwhelmed. But you just take it a step at a time. And I'm sure learning this app is gonna be worth it. So the cons for me is, number one is the overwhelming features for beginners. If you're just new, you will get overwhelmed. It's not really beginner friendly, unlike Procreate, which is really simple and intuitive almost. Number two cons is, like Procreate, you cannot use a fill bucket tool if it has a small gap, just like the issue with Procreate. My experience with this app is really good. I enjoyed experimenting with the brushes, with the exploring the tools, because there's a lot of tools that I haven't fully explored yet. And it's really fun. So overall, I'm gonna rate this with 10 out of 10 because it is a free app. For free, you get a very, very powerful tool, and the minor cons that I said doesn't really affect the experience of drawing in this app. The list is iPad Paint, and first, I'm greeted already by ads. I mean, I understand that they need to make money, but that's not really convenient for users. This is the concept that I drew on this app. I haven't really polished it because it's just a monster concept, and I'm not really fond of monsters. I just need to get this out of my head so I can visualize what the monster is. One pro is it's free. You can draw a full illustration in this app for free, and it has a lot of features. You will not get overwhelmed, and the UI is very simple. Number two pro is, this is what I love about this app, is you can add more reference pictures. Unlike Procreate, where you can only add one picture, in this you can add more picture. Just add reference, and you can see you have a lot of reference now. That's really nice for me, because I don't know for you, but for me, reference are very, very important. So yeah, number three pro is, this is also what I like about it, is you can use the fill tool even if it has gaps. I'm gonna show you. In this app, you can still fill this shape even though it has a gap. You use the bucket tool and then press on the shape, and as you can see, you can fill it. You can fill the shape even if there are gaps. Just toggle the switch here, gap recognition. So I really, really like that feature here. It's very convenient for me as someone who got used to that feature in Clip Studio. I'm gonna proceed to the cons. Number one con of this app is there's a lot of ads. When you open the app, depending on the app, I don't know the pattern, but sometimes you'll get greeted by an ad immediately. And as you can see, in the interface, they have an ad area here at the top. I mean, I understand that, but that's a con for me. Number two con is the brushes aren't categorized. As you can see here, they are not categorized like Adobe on Procreate. But they added a search button, which is okay. But they haven't categorized their brushes, so that's a con. And another con, number three con, is most of their brushes are behind an ad wall. So you can see you have to watch an ad before you can use these brushes. And the more you scroll down, the more you can see how almost everything is behind an ad wall. You see almost everything. So yeah, that's a con. They have a premium that is subscription based. It's around $3 to $4 monthly, but that amount is not much. But if you're a student, it's already too much for you, and that amount will also accumulate over time. If you have an Android tablet, I suggest you to try Krita. I am so mad I did not research that iPad doesn't have Krita because I assumed Krita is also available on the iPad. So if you have an Android, Krita is really good. Should try it. So overall, the experience in using this app for illustration and character design, it's okay. I encountered minor inconveniences like, I have to search for, I can't really use most of the pen, but overall, you can use any pen you can use this, but you have to watch an ad. And I don't really like to break my flow. I don't know for you, but I'm gonna rate this app 8 out of 10 because it has a really good features, and the only cons of this is ads. I'm gonna now proceed to Medibang. So as you can see, I just opened the app and I'm greeted immediately by ad, like in Ibis Paint. Number 1 pro is it's free. You can download this for free. Number 2 pro is I really like this floating shortcut here because it's easier for me to click on flip screen when I draw, unlike any other app so far that I've used. I think I forgot to mention the shortcuts in Ibis Paint. They also have shortcut, but I don't use it that much. That's the only pro that I noticed in Medibang. I'm gonna proceed to cons. So number 1 con is it has a lot of ads, as you can see, and it gets really annoying that I don't even consider using it again. Number 2 con is their brushes. They did not categorize their brushes. They did not add a search function. You have to scroll down and read every brushes to find what you like. And of course, most of their brushes are behind an ad wall. To love Medibang because Medibang is the first app that I used on drawing on PC because it's free and it's really lightweight, and any PC can run it. And before, I have really had a bad PC. But now, their app is riddled with ads, which I completely understand, but it's too much. Medibang. It gets really annoying, and so the other con is they have a reference window, but you have to pay for premium of it. I mean, they have a free trial, but as I've said, I don't really like subscription because over time the amount will accumulate. I choose the one-time payment purchase even if it's kind of pricey because I know I get that app forever. I don't have to pay for it ever again. Other than that, overall the drawing experience is pretty okay. The brushes are normal. I haven't get to explore too much because there's a lot of ads, and I already said I don't like to watch an ad so I can use the pen because I'm not really sure if I want to use that pen. I'm just gonna try it, and if I don't like it, I'm gonna proceed to another one and I have to watch an ad again, and it gets really annoying. So I don't. Yeah, overall I'm gonna rate this app 4 out of 10. So I'm gonna proceed now to Sketchbook. Well, this one is pretty decent. I managed to make this one and I like it. So first impression, the interface is really simple. If you're a beginner, you will not get overwhelmed with it because you will immediately see the pens in here. the layers, and some tools that are pretty simple to understand, and not you'll not get overwhelmed unlike Adobe if you're a beginner. So that's a pro. The other pro here is they have a lot of default brushes, and they have categorized their brushes. You can see, and you can also customize the brushes to your liking. So I really love their brushes. They have a really diverse brushes here, and yeah, I enjoyed experimenting on their brushes actually. And no ads. The other pro is no ads. The moment you open it, you will not be bombarded by ads. Another pro is it is completely free. You can download it and you can use it and immediately paint on it and draw on it. Of course, they have a premium and it's pretty cheap. You can have the premium for $4. That's $4. It's not a subscription, so it's really great. I would say that you can definitely upgrade because it's pretty cheap and it's a one-time payment. So another pro is they have a shortcut here that's pretty easy to access, like the shortcut, the flip canvas here. So the cons is they don't have a clipping mask. They have, but you have to pay. It's on the premium version. You have to manually select the shapes. Because I made a mistake. I added the base first because I assumed they have a clipping mask. A clipping mask is a feature where you can color outside inside the base. I'm sure you know that if you have been drawing. But if you don't, it's basically a feature where you can draw inside the base. Even if you scratch your pen outside, the color would stay inside the base. So that's a clipping mask that is really useful when coloring your characters. But it doesn't have that feature on the base version. It has that on the premium. So that's a con. And that's the only con that I noticed so far. So the experience for me is very smooth. I like their pens. I like experimenting with it, and it was fun. I think I would use this again when drawing concept ideas, like the monster I did on iPad Paint. It would have been better if I draw it on this app instead. I don't know if I would use this when I paint because there are better options. But yeah, I think I would still use this occasionally because it's really smooth and really fun to draw with. I would rate this 7 out of 10. I forgot to mention, it also doesn't have a reference tool, a window. So that's also a bummer. I forgot. That's a con. I think pretty much the ranking is obvious for me. I haven't tried Clip Studio as I've said because you can have free trial on them, but I really don't like subscription payment. Yeah, so the first app that I really like is Adobe Fresco because it's free and it's very powerful and I have a lot to learn more about it. Number 2 is Procreate. It's really simple and intuitive. I think I would paint a lot on it. Number 3 is Ibis Paint X. I like it. It has the features that I like, which is the reference window and the tolerance when on the bucket tool. And third one is Sketchbook. I really like the Sketchbook. It's fun to use with all their brushes. But as I've said, they lack the fundamental feature that I really need on a drawing app. And the last is Medibang. I really used to love Medibang before I even posted on their website. They have a website before. Every time I draw, I posted on Medibang because that's how I love the app because it's free and it's really good. But now they are riddled with ads. And I understand, but I just find it inconvenient and annoying. It's too much, Maribang. So yeah, that's all for me. If you are hobbyist or an artist, you must try these apps. And if you have an Android tablet, I really recommend for you to try Krita, because that's one of the things that I kind of bit of regret that I get the iPad instead of a Android tablet. But yeah, so far I enjoyed these apps that's available to me, and I don't think I can use two apps at the same time. So I'm just gonna take my time enjoying each app with whenever I feel like to. But for now, the my I've used Adobe as my next illustration. You can see in the home. I already use this for my next project, for my next illustration, and this is Cooper, my character. And yeah, as you can see here, yeah, that's all for me. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. I'm almost done with this illustration, and when I'm done, I'm gonna post it again. This is just a character design, nothing fancy and nothing too polished. Yeah, hope you have a good day. Bye.